Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Phil. I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who today, and specifically the announcement last night of new companions. We finally find out who they are. I'm also going to be drinking Lemsip because I've got a cold. So that announcement came a bit out of the blue. I suppose we were kind of expecting it at some point, but yeah, just dropped like at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something last night. And we found out who's playing the new companions. Yes, companions. It's not one, not two, but 3 companions for the next series of Doctor Who. Now, depending on how you feel about TARDIS teams, you'll either be pleased about that or not. I personally like a TARDIS team as opposed to a TARDIS duo, so I'm quite pleased. I like it when we get TARDIS teams. I've loved it when we've gotten TARDIS teams of 3, like the Doctor, Amy and Rory, or last season where we had Bill and Nardole as 2 companions. So to get 3 is quite exciting, and we haven't had that since the early 80s in the 5th Doctor. And don't forget that the show started off with that amount of people in the TARDIS. You had Ian, Barbara, Susan, and the Doctor. So you know, TARDIS team of 4 is a good way to go, I think. I'm excited anyway. But who are these mysterious people, and where might you have seen them before? Well, I'm here to fill in those blanks for you. First up, Bradley Walsh, long rumoured to be a companion. He has been now officially confirmed. Much like Jodie Whittaker, he has worked with new showrunner Chris Chibnall before, specifically on Law & Order UK, where he was a main character for 5 years of the show, playing Detective Sergeant Ronnie Brooks. A show that Chris Chibnall was the showrunner lead writer for. So Chris is very familiar with him, and he will know exactly what he can do, and he will know that he can achieve everything that he wants him to achieve. But he has divided fandom during the rumours of his casting. Being known by some as more of a game show host than an actor, you can see why some people might have had their doubts, and hey, I was one of them. Certainly his early career was focused on being a comedian / game show host. Throughout the 1990s he hosted a bunch of game shows such as Celebrity Squares, Wheel of Fortune. He hosted one of the national lottery shows, Win, Lose or Draw, and he still presents game shows to this day with recent endeavours such as The Chase, where he's renowned for cracking up while reading questions with amusing sounding words for answers. But he is also an actor. His acting credits started around the millennium, and then he was in an episode of Lock, Stock, the TV spin-off from the Lock, Stock and 2 Smoking Barrel film. He made the move to film with the role of Dave Dodds in 2001's Mike Bassett England Manager, a role he's due to reprise in the recently announced Mike Bassett Interim Manager. His second biggest role to date, though, is probably his 3 years spent on Coronation Street playing Danny Baldwin, son of longtime character Mike Baldwin. And his new role on Doctor Who won't be the first time that he's played in this universe either, because he's previously, back in 2008, had a role on the Sarah Jane Adventures as a villain character. I believe he was the Pied Piper, or some kind of version of the Pied Piper. And as I mentioned, his biggest acting role to date has been 5 years on Law & Order UK, which of course Chris Chibnall was the lead writer on, and a show where he got to show some serious acting chops, not just comic foolery. I'll admit, I was a bit cautious around his casting too. But knowing that I've had similar doubts before, in particular about Matt Lucas, I'm willing to give him a chance, and I think, you know, Chris Chibnall knows him. He's worked with him before for 5 years. He'll know what his strengths are, and he'll know how to use them. So, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic. Next up is Mandip Gill. Now, she is an actor much newer to our screens. After studying acting at the University of Lancashire, she made her on-screen debut in Hollyoaks in 2012 and stayed on the show until 2015. Since 2015, she's been a guest on episodes of various TV shows, including Cuckoo, The Good Karma Hospital, Casualty, and a run of episodes on daytime soap opera Doctors. Her most recent project listed on IMDb is a film called The Flood, currently in post-production and due out in 2018. Appearing in that alongside one-time Doctor Who guest star Ian Glenn. Whether that will be out before or after Doctor Who knows? We'll find out, I guess. And finally rounding up this TARDIS team is Tosin Cole, another Hollyoaks alum here. He spent 2 years playing Neil Cooper in the soap and its spin-off Hollyoaks Later. Before that, he'd been in several episodes of online EastEnders spin-off E20 as Sol Levi. He's been a guest on such British staples as Holby City and detective show Lewis. But perhaps his biggest project, if not his biggest role, was probably Star Wars The Force Awakens, playing Lieutenant Bastian, one of the Resistance's pilots. So if you think any of the TARDIS team look familiar, there you go, that might be where you've seen them from before. The BBC announced a couple of other things along with this. They're particularly around the format of the show. It's going to be primarily 50-minute episodes. There's only going to be 10 episodes this season. They didn't talk about Christmas specials. I will be very sad if they lose the Christmas specials. It's a Christmas Day ritual to watch the Doctor Who Christmas special, and I've done it for the last 12 years, so I will be very disappointed if I don't get my Christmas specials anymore after this year, but we will see. Let's not jump to conclusions. But there's going to be 10 episodes in the season. Most of them are going to be 15 minutes long, other than the season opener, which is going to be an hour. So what do you think of this news? Do you like the idea of a TARDIS team of 4? Do you like these picks? Have you seen these guys before? What do you think of them? Let me know in the comments below, and I will be back to react to any more news. We need to see the TARDIS next, surely. That's got to be the next bit of news. I want to see the inside of the TARDIS. Yeah, so I will react to news as it happens and bring you more Doctor Who videos. So please do like, subscribe, share this amongst your Doctor Who loving friends and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.